Hello, this is GTS Louis from ECoDAS, and I'm here to talk about how ECoDAS is coping in this COVID-19 period. From a recent survey carried by ECoDAS, we found out that many of the households we've been working with, which are economically deprived, have further been devastated by this COVID-19. Many of these households' incomes have greatly declined, making them to have to choose between either buying food or spending money on non-food expenditures. Either ways, this has greatly reduced their quality of life. Similarly, the forest and the ecosystem as a whole has greatly been affected by this COVID-19. A lot of people who have lost their jobs in the city have had to come back to their hometowns, which are mostly in the villages, which are much closer to the forest we are working to preserve, and have resorted to many unsustainable practices, ranging from unsustainable agriculture to other forms of forest exploitation, which are all not sustainable. Some are even involved in the selling of bushmeat in order to make quick cash and take care of their family. Solving this problem has been quite difficult for a lot of conservation groups, as they understand that these people don't really have other choices of taking care of their families, since, like I said before, they've lost their economic or activities in the city. On the other hand, some people are just taking advantage of the situation right now, since COVID-19 has generally affected everything. Meaning that even the environmental conservation work has greatly been affected negatively. So a lot of people, like poachers, have taken advantage of the situation to even poach more, just like loggers. So these activities have really increased. And from what other conservation groups have said, that they've also noticed that there has been an increase in the rates of poaching. It's needless to say, COVID-19 has also really affected us financially. It has really affected our sponsors, so it has been quite difficult for us to raise any financial resources this period, understandably. So that has also affected our activities so negatively. All these have unfortunately further put the wildlife that we've been trying to protect in further danger. There is an increased humanitarian crisis now due to reduced supply of food and reduced incomes. So a lot of these families are now suffering. ECoDAS on its part is making great difference. Over the last few years, we've been partnering with local communities to come up with more sustainable agricultural practices that would be able to increase their incomes, increase their food supply, as well as to protect the environment. Therefore, our past and ongoing works in these areas have made these households who benefited to be uniquely resilient without having to fall back on the forest or practice other unsustainable livelihoods. Farmers are provided with skills and tools to help them practice more sustainable agricultural practices in a way that they would be resilient not only in this COVID-19 period, but also in any other outbreak that might come in the future. Farmer capability continues to be strengthened with training on areas like composting, crop rotation, and incrementing crop nutrients. All these are paving the way to more food security in the future. And we would like to end this by thanking their Pollination Grant for seeding the project. They have been with us from day one, making it possible for us to initiate this project that has now grown today to become a very large-scale project. So we want to thank them so much, and we want to thank you for all your support and any other person who's been working with us. Thank you, and see you again some other time. Bye for now.